Good morning, Tubeubers, and welcome to Paper Crafts by Cindy Ellen. Is this a mess or what? This is actually a picture of my desk in the middle of crafting. Yeah, this is what it looks like when I am in the middle of making Christmas cards. I just thought I'd show you. Yeah, my idea was that I was going to post a really quick video and film in the middle of all of this. I later changed my mind, but is this something or what? There's like the remains of 3 projects, and yeah, you got a quick view of the dog. Look, there's even stuff on my trash can. Yeah, so that's the book that has all of my Show Us Your Sheetload cards. I'm going to take it around. Close your eyes if you get dizzy easily. Show us your sheetload of cards from Call Me Crafty Al. As you can say, that's not the right one. That's August. We didn't use August. We didn't use July. We used November. There it is. Love November. What I really like about Alicia is that she gives you a picture on the left of what the card's going to look like, and you can see it sort of looks like a card. And on the right, she gives you all the supplies needed. She tells you how many cards it's going to yield. She gives you the actual dimension, and then she gives you other ways that you can use the sketch and how you can turn it and different ways to use it and things like that. It's always a good idea, unless there is some sort of contest involved, you can always alter a sketch. You can always do that. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit as we go here. You can download these yourself from her channel, Call Me Crafty Al on YouTube. All she asks is that you be a subscriber to her channel and that you give her credit for her designs, which makes sense to me. She did all this work of laying it out and creating these files for us, so please do that. These are great cards. Most of her cards are great cards. This card itself is really great for scraps and really great for paper pads that have coordinated papers. I did mine with scraps, but you can do yours however you want. So that is my tin of little Christmas bits and baubles. That's from another package. Those are the cards that we're going to be making. And that's from a different project. Those are some of the cards that I'm not going to be making in the middle. That's my paper trimmer. I can't make in the middle of this. We're going to hold on, because after a great deal of tidying, we're going to start over. Yes, we are. So what I started with was I made one exactly the way she said. So here is the original. So the original is made on a 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 piece of paper, and then it has those 3 blocks on it. And the 3 blocks, the top blocks, are 2 3/4 inches long. So that's nice. And the one on the left is 1 3/8 across and 2 3/4 long. The one on the right is 1 3/4 long across and 2 3/4 long. The one on the bottom is 3 inches across and 1 3/8 inches tall. Okay, I really like that spacing, but I didn't like the spacing between the top 2 blocks. And then when I took my prototype and I put it on a card base, I was not real fond of the really wide border. Okay. I can see how it would appeal to a bunch of people. Got it. I get it. Makes perfect sense. But I myself was not real fond of that. So each to his own, said the blind man as he, or what does it go? Each to his own, said the old lady as she kissed the cow. There you go. That was what my mother always used to say. My mom was a Brit. So anyway, I altered it a little bit. Here we go. This is what I did. So I picked out 3 pieces of paper And you can see that my spacing is a little bit wider at the top. That's because that one on there, I made 1 5/8 instead of 1 3/4, so that I could get a little bit wider spacing between the two. And I had a different idea for the circle. Alicia has just a sentiment in her circle, and what I decided to do was I embossed a sentiment, a smaller sentiment, and then what I did is I have all of these little baubles and brads and buttons, Christmas decorations, and I thought it would look great as a wreath. So I have this Memento box die, pine wreath maker die, and that's me picking tape off the back of it because I can't sit still even when I'm making a video. Yeah, that. Anyway, and I used it to make greens, and I was going to make a wreath all the way around the sentiment and put the sentiment in the middle, but it was like, yeah, no, I didn't like that look either. And frankly, I didn't like the dies. The die didn't cut very well, or I couldn't get it to cut very well, even with several shims. And see, that would have been the size of it. And what I did was I cut a 4 by 5 1/4 another sheet of paper out of the paper pack to put on the card. So there you have it. Pretty nice. See? So, and I decided I didn't really like the greens and it was going really, really slowly, and that's fine, except when you've got, I don't know, 150 to 200 Christmas cards to make, you can't spend 15-20 minutes cutting out dies. So I used a snowflake. Why? Because snowflakes have, if you look at the arms of a snowflake, some of them really look like pine boughs. So that's an MFT snowflake, and if you look at your snowflake, you're going to see pine boughs too. So find a snowflake, cut it out of dark, and I'm going to show you how I did this. So what I've got is I've got 2 circles out of iridescent shimmer paper from Cardstock Warehouse. There's my snowflake. I've cut it out. I've got one cut up a part there. I always make 2 when I'm filming because I never know which one's going to be better. And I have a tendency to wander off camera. You know, I like to make y'all feel better when you're filming your videos. So I usually cut mine in half first, and then I cut up the branches. And you just literally cut in the middle of the die, and that's me putting one over there in the other pile. You need 6 for each card. I do have to say MFT dies just work so good. So there you go, MFT. There's your shout out for today. I love MFT. Now you get your glue and you get your tweezers. And you tell yourself that you're going to use your tweezers and not get glue all over your fingers, and then you remember that you're lying to yourself. Yeah. In order to put brads on things, I have a pair, I have a hole punch that's an 1/8 of an inch hole punch. Works really, really well. I also have a crocodile, which I never remember punches holes until later. That's me drinking coffee. Eggnog flavored from Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Everybody should have one. And see, then you put down your tweezers and get your fingers filled with glue because, you know, you're a crafter. And that's what you do. And always remember to put your craft towel on your lap so that you can wipe your fingers on your lap and not wipe them on your pants, because that's what you'll do if you don't. So I usually put the middle one down first, and then the top one, and then the bottom one. And here we go. We're making a mess. Yes, we are. At least I'm on camera. That's always good. Yeah. The other reason to do 2 when you're filming is then you don't have to set yourself up again to make another one when you realize that you filmed off camera. There's a hint for new YouTubers. Yeah, I have learned this in my ways. Oi, I still have so much crap on my desk. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, well, sometimes you just have to grab it. So then you put your die brad back in, hold everything down. That is art glitter glue, by the way. I hear the Barely Art glue can be shipped in the wintertime. There! Isn't that cute? All right. You don't have to watch me put glue on the back of the circle. You are quite aware of how to put glue on the back of things. Ooh, ah. Make sure it's centered. Make sure it's all upright. Push down hard. There you go. And then I completely didn't get the card right on the camera. But through the magic of editing, here we go. I did get the second one on camera when I was putting it on the card. And hey, look, the first card came out nice, don't you think? I think it came out nice. Yeah, the second one came out pretty nice too. Yeah. And this is me going, oh, look, it's all down right. Yay. It's very cool. So the Joy to the World, the Merry Christmas sentiment is from a Lawn Fawn set. The Joy to the World sentiment that you're about to see is from the Simon Hurley Brilliant Baubles set. So, I mean, literally, you can put any sentiment you want on these. Do I know where the rest of the baubles came from? Various friends who mail me stuff. No idea. None of the paper packs are available. My sister bought them for me. Yep. And then yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to make something else. There you go. Look, isn't he cute? Little gnome. Sneak peek. So hit that subscribe button. I'll see you tomorrow.